Welcome to part two. We're joined by Ryan from Manchester. How you doing, Ryan? Let's get Big Ron's old fight song T-shirt on. Frame a bone.
So, Shay, I tell you what, though, that you talk about the quality of Big Ron's shows in terms of 50-50 matchups, etc. I think you smoke Big Ron, and if he makes that fight, that's not going to look good on him. He's going to get knocked clean out in a round, and it's a one-sided beatdown on one of his events, mate.
He's not fit as he. Dennis was never fit as he. He might be able to throw a bit of a combination, but he's not fit. If you're not fit, you can't fight. So I look damn fit, so I'll be too much for him. But it's up to him, and Dennis is full of shit, and I've got something bubbling. Well, he's been making Max against George Fox, hasn't he, for 4 weeks. There's still no announcement. What's happening there? Max, come on, channel. When are you fighting George Fox? John Charles' son. And he's not going to do it. Max, I'll get you in that headlock and I'll pluck you. And you know, Dennis, I'll get him in that one and I'll pluck him. I'll do you both at once. I'll pull Dennis's bad hair transplant out. And Max, you know that bit of hair you've got left on that rockabilly fringe? Take the loss out.
I love it, mate.
Okay, getting back to Dillian Whyte there. I don't want it to be like I'm hammering him, because he's a 4-time drug cheat. But when was the last time we really seen Dillian Whyte looking good? When was the last time? When?
I don't know, mate. I've never really. I don't know, mate. These kind of guys like Joshua, Dillian Whyte, they're not boxers, are they? The people who decided to box when they're like 19, 20 years of age. And they're just big lads, big hard lads, with all respect to them. I've never really been interested. I don't know, real skill or out like that. I don't know. He didn't win the first Chisora fight. In the second fight, he wasn't winning until he knocked him out. So I've never watched him and thought.
Parker, he got lucky against Parker. His last good win, that wasn't
it? Yeah. But again, that shows. Should Parker have lost that fight?
Maybe.
One of the knockdowns was an headbutt, if you remember. He copped him for a proper butt. And I think that was the swing. And Parker should have stopped him as well in the last round. So, yeah, he got the win. Fair play to him, but he shouldn't have won. I don't know. When could you tell me? When have you ever watched him and thought, oh, that was impressive. That was good.
Oh, Dillian Whyte?
Yeah, what a great boxing display.
I seen him 4.5 years ago. He beat Povetkin in rematch who had COVID. Do you remember?
Oh, in fact, yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that.
4.5 years ago, he knocked Povetkin out and he had COVID. So there's an asterisk next to that. The Parker fight, I'd say there's an asterisk next to that because we don't know if Dillian Whyte here, do we? This is a 4-time cheat, 4-time drug cheat. So we don't know if he could have been trusted in them fights, do we, really?
Exactly that. So, exactly that, my mate.
It's all pointing towards Dillian's having a visit to Button Moon and Bricktop getting his revenge. And we know why Bricktop wants the revenge, because Dillian never helped with the promotion for the Fury fight. And everybody in the industry knows that Bricktop were like, I'm going to get you for that. I'm going to get you, Dillian. Well, that's why he's liking the Bricktop. I'm going to get you. And he's got him on it now. Who's to say that a week before, Moses might pull out with an injury and Dillian's knackered then? We know Bane Day.
I think they should have put him in with a Cole,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would have been the same kind of beatdown, but it would have lasted a little bit longer. I don't know who it's either a Toma or a Coley, but I think a Coley would have been. I think he'd have used his jab a little bit more. I can see a Toma just steamrolling him, really just setting about him quick. Be over that within a round or two, my opinion.
Well, listen, Ryan, August 16th is a long way off. Would you like 2nd today? Old Big Nose's 48th birthday. But 16th for August is a long way off.
Yeah, it is.
So it is, but it is still plenty of time for Dillian Whyte, whose nickname is not the Can Man. His nickname is the Body Snatcher. But when was the last time he actually done a body? With a body shot? I don't know. I don't know. He's saying I'm a racing driver, but I've not got a racing driver's license.
Well, it's mad, isn't it? I don't know what. Dillian Whyte has made. He's done really well for himself, though. Let's be real. Like,
On the
I was
strength of
market.
what? What's his best win? Dylan White's best win.
Oh no! What I was alluding to was he landed one left hook on Anthony Joshua. He got battered in that fight. He got
He never even won
absolutely.
that round. He landed hooking though, did he? Really? And he's dined out on that for
He
10 years.
landed one punch and he's made millions off that one punch. It is like, again, he's garbage. He's absolutely garbage. He's really poor athletically with 10 to 2 feet.
Got
God
two
bless him.
left feet like an elephant.
Yeah, but he's made millions out of it. I don't know how he's done it. I really don't know how he's done it. Like, yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know, mate. Like I said, it's all I can get rid of him, which is great. A lot of casuals will have Dillian Whyte still high up because they'll think, oh, he fought Anthony Joshua, Chisora, and Fiore, and so it looks good for Italma, builds his reputation, gets him more new fans, which is great, and it gets rid of Dillian Whyte from the sport for good, God willing.
Okay. I feel a lot today. Well, video too earlier. It were a rape. Went on a rape walk and that. When the sun captures you. Anyway,
you've caught the sun, mate. In fairness to you.
Yeah. Derek Chisora against Joseph Parker. I've been told it might not happen that now. Hunter against Pulev. That might not happen. And Caballel, he's parked up. Zhang's parked up. But Super Bean says boxing's booming. Yui's pulled out a fight. So where's it booming? Wilder's back, though. He's beat a bum. Wilder is a bum, and he's beat a bum. They're talking Wilder, Joshua. Help me out here with heavyweight division, because there's only Dubois and Usyk going to fight, isn't there? I know David Adelaide's fighting, isn't he?
Yeah, against Ergovic.
Yeah. That's a good fight. So good luck to David Adelaide. I like him. I'm a fan.
He needs luck in that fight, though.
Hey?
He does need some luck in that fight. If you're going off the TKV performance, and again, Hergovic has been beat by Dubois, but he was giving Dubois an hiding, by the way, for 4 rounds. So, if Adelaide can get through him, Adelaide deserves a world title shot immediately. Very, very quick. But the way my opinion, mate, someone like Kubrat Pulev is 44, maybe, shouldn't be boxing. Shouldn't be boxing. Yeah. Derek Chisora is 42. Will have some lesions on the brain, unfortunately. Shouldn't be boxing. He's lost 13 fights or something. He shouldn't be boxing. Simple as that. Zhang is 20 stone, 21 stone.
Fat man, 40 odd.
40 odd. He shouldn't be boxing. Just shouldn't be boxing. Like, even Wilder's what, 39 now? He shouldn't be boxing. Shouldn't be getting opportunities. Shouldn't be getting spoken about at the big table. George Foreman, when he came back, you'll know this more than I will. I'm sure he was only like 35. Like that. He had to fight small hall shows, and he had to really work his ass off and graft his backside off, mate, for anyone to even have a conversation about him, to take him seriously. But we're meant to take British level guys, or no, maybe European level, European level guys like Derek Chisora, who's lost, I'm sure it's 13 times, mate. Correct me if I'm wrong. We're having to take this serious. And I've no doubt it'll be on pay-per-view.
Yeah. It's shocking, isn't it?
Yeah,
Caballel's not getting his flowers, though, is he really? He's like the bogeyman, isn't he?
Say that again, sorry, mate.
Caballel's not getting his flowers, is he? They don't want to put Moses Atoma in with Caballel, do they?
Well, I wouldn't if I was Frank Warren as well. But why is he being stalled? Why is Caballel not getting any kind of an opportunity at the moment? Do you know? Have you heard that?
Yeah, because he can fight, can't he? Caballel can fight, can't he, Ryan?
So he's avoided like the plague on the basis that he's good.
Isn't it?
It's where we're at with the sport, mate. It's sad, really sad.
Yeah. Okay. Jake Paul's going to be ranked end of month in the top 10 of the WBA and the top 15 of the WBC, according to Fat Dan, Dan Rayfield, aka Fat Dan. What do you think to that?
Who's he fought? Like I said, there's a loss on his record to someone who won't win an area title, and Tommy Fury. So, it's a little bit confusing, really, mate. Why Jake Paul would get a world ranking? Chavez really embarrassed himself. Really embarrassed himself. Come to think of him, who made a good point, who's got a good channel, Paulie Malignaggi. Do you ever watch that?
Yeah, actually, I've seen a few interviews he's done lately. He's been on Talksport. I know he's got his own YouTube channel. I know he had an air transplant, a bad one. I thought it was a mouthy CUNT when he fought back at then. I was glad Ricky Hatton filled him in. And I made a card, but I think he's a good analyst. But he seems to have been very critical about Jake Paul. Now all of a sudden, he seems to have his tongue up his arsehole. So I can't have any respect for that, to be honest.
Well, no, I mean, what I was getting at was his channel is usually quite decent, but he's 44 and he's making a comeback in this bare knuckle scene. And it's like, when did, people in the 40s be, not to be rude about anyone in the 40s, it's not old. From an athletical perspective, an aesthetical perspective, when did they become good viewpoints? When did they become things that people want to watch and see? Paulie Malignaggi, 44, can't punch in a bare knuckle fight. I don't get it. I don't know, mate. It's very strange.
Frankie Gavin had a BKB at weekend. You see it?
Yeah, it cost me money to fucker. Him and Ryan Aston, they both cost me a few quid.
I like Frankie Gavin, I'm a massive fan. He never lost a round for years as an amateur, did you remember?
He was brilliant, mate. But yeah, he got knocked out bad. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, sad. Really sad. I just hope he's not skint, mate, because it looks like he was turning up for a few quid, if that makes sense. Like, he looked a bit. Yeah, he just didn't look good. He didn't look good at all. It wasn't nice to see, mate.
Right, well, it weren't. It's I had some dealings with Frankie when I worked for Big Ron, and we made an IBO. It was my idea as well, an IBO world title fight from in Birmingham. But he didn't do 30 tickets, and Dennis and the other guy in Birmingham, that is Errol Johnson, they pulled the plug, and I was devastated really because I like Frankie Gavin, and he did talk a good game.
So what was his issues for? What was the problem? What stopped him doing anything? Right. Was it just that he ate shite food, or was he, did he not turn up? What was the problem with him? Was it that he didn't turn up to the gym? Was his diet bad? What was the problem?
Bad diet. He was a lightweight masquerading as a welterlight middle. Bad diet. But if he'd have got through that fight, the winner would have fought Amir Khan.
Right.
Because Dennis had Asif Valley on team at the time, but he were managing Khan or advising him. But end of the day, what a wasted talent. I mean, Curtis Woodhouse lost a split to him, and everybody said that thought Kurt won, but Kurt roughed him up.
Yeah, I thought Kurt won that fight, yeah.
Well, anyway, he didn't get the decision on a Bricktop show. But the point I want to make is this: a fantastic talent. Yeah. I mean, he romped home for that gold medal, didn't he, in World Championships 2000. Yeah. And I remember Dennis tried to sign all them and went to Olympics in 08. Dick Gale, David Price, Darren Sutherland, Frankie Gavin, Billy Joe. Dennis were on the same aeroplane. He took Jamie McDonnell out there to show him how proper fighters train and look after themselves. And Frankie were overweight, wasn't he? And Dennis bought them all a tag watch, spent a fortune at airport. I think he bought 9 or 10 tags and gave all England tags. Okay. None of them signed with him. That's a true story. That, yeah.
Jesus.
But, It gutted me seeing that with Frankie Gavin. I'm absolutely devastated.
Yeah. No, I didn't like it, mate. It's all, mate. Just pardon?
Didn't you like Frankie?
No, I did. I really like
I thought you were...
watching him get sparked out like that by the punch didn't even look like it landed hard. And he was out, he was gone. Like, it was quick as well, mate. I don't know, it wasn't nice seeing that, mate. But again, who's not saying to these people, no? Someone should be saying to them, no, like you can't be doing this. You're too old. You're not in shape. Jamie Cox, mate. Jamie Cox turned up. Did you see Jamie Cox? Mate.
I've got him on here as well, Jamie Cox. He's a nice kid.
Jamie Cox was top quality, mate. He turned up, in a pair of shorts that he just bought from JD. And he was out of shape. And he got beat by a nobody. Like, it's just sad. Someone should be turning him out and saying, no, we're not having you do this. You're devaluing yourself and you're not good enough to be in the sport anymore. Simple as that.
Okay. Women's boxing. Where's it heading now? I know Jake Paul signed Savannah and loads of other women and that, but the main promoters don't really give a shit about it now, do they?
No, not to be awful, mate. I'm not interested in it in any way, shape, or form. It's the same as women's football. I don't know, it's not being rude or anything. I watch sport because I want to see the best available athleticism.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 34 years of age. I'd outrun any female footballer. No issues.
What do you think to women football?
It's crap. That's crap. It's not good, mate. I read the other day that that Alicia Lehman, that national team, Switzerland, they got beat 7-1 by an under-15 team. Like, it's crap, innit? Same with female boxing, female sports in general. They're not going to be as good as male sports. So I'm not going to tune in.
Okay. I just want to ask you this question. We've seen a lot online here, there, and everywhere. Who's going to win this and that? But who have you got? Usyk or Dubois? We'll finish off on this. Usyk or Dubois? Right.
We said I think Dubois starts quite well. I think he has a positive start, but I think he gets worked out by around the middle of the second round, and he'll get stopped. He'll get pulled out by Don Charles in the 6th or the 7th, in my opinion. Why? What you having for it?
I've got Usyk to do him quicker than he did first time because he'll already know what to do.
I agree with that. That's why I've gone 3 rounds earlier in the 6th and the 7th. But I think that Dubois will go for it early. I think he'll balls to the wall kind of approach early, in my opinion, mate.
Well, he'll not want a fence with a fencer, will he? If you know what I mean.
Say that again, sorry, mate.
He'll not want a fence with a fencer. He'll not want to do what Froch did with Andre Ward, try to get technical with a technical fighter. And then you get to round 8 and you think, I'm going to go back to being Carl Froch, the Cobra. A bit late then, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree, mate.
Oh, there you go. But at least Dubois got a rematch, didn't he? With Usyk. Usyk gave him one, whereas Ward won't come to Nottingham, would he? So.
Well, I wouldn't have come to Nottingham if I was Andre Ward. Because he would have got robbed.
Well, Froch went to America, didn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, in fairness, Froch was definitely the bigger name at the time. But he shouldn't have agreed to it. He should have tried to do something different if he felt like he wasn't.
Yeah, well, it's an old boring story now. He got beaten comfortably by Ward, but he never got his rematch, did he?
Pardon?
He got beat comfortably. I know 2 judges had it by 2 rounds, but you probably could say 3 rounds, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Maybe 4, but he'll fight. He would have fought a different fight. I would have thought. And I think that's why he should have no regrets. In boxing, you should always leave it in the ring.
I agree, mate. I completely agree, my friend.
All right, then. Well, listen, thanks for coming on, Ryan. It's been nice to see you. I hope you're well. Where have you gone? Are you hiding now, or are you at home?
Oh, hey, I'm just on the train at the moment. One sec.
Oh, yeah.
I'm rushing, mate. I am just on the way back to sunny Salford now, mate.
Sunny Salford. Is that where you're living now?
It's,
Yeah?
it's gorgeous, mate. It's lovely. It's lovely here today. Very nice.
All right. Well, if you see Paul Scholes, give him my best and tell him Man United.
Hey, listen, mate.
Fergie time.
If I see any of them Reds, mate, I'm sending a 2 foot straight across their knees.
You're the blue, aren't you, Man City?
Of course I am, mate. Yeah, of course I am.
Go on then, Ryan. Listen, you take care and I'll see you again.
You too, my mate. God bless.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye, mate.
Well, that were Ryan from Manchester. Women stalking. Men want to have a pint with him. Right, that's about it, really. It's been a long day. But Terry Chappendama on. And I had a few tech issues. It ended up a three-parter. And we've had Ryan on and Terry's take 125's on. And we got a nice little bit at the beginning of Terry's take 125 and a funny bit at the end. All right? One, peace out. Pop, pop, man.